वन मोर थिंग, अभी 18,350 तक आ चुका है निफ्टी. सो द नेक्स्ट level which we might be looking forward to is the previous lifetime high which we had achieved exactly 13 months ago, which was at the level of around 18,600. तो ये एक लेवल हो सकता है जो हम लोग आने वाले टाइम में हम लोग देख सकते हैं, और आने वाला टाइम बोले या नेक्स्ट वीक में बोले, हम लोग ये लेवल देख सकते हैं. मार्केट कुड वेरी वेल गो ऑन टू दैट लेवल. सो ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग जर्नी रहा है निफ्टी का लास्ट फ्यू मंथ्स में. फ्रॉम जून, in June, from 15,200 levels, we have come to somewhere around 18,300, which is incredible, right? And अगर इसको समझने की कोशिश करें तो वो टाइम था, ये टाइम आप सभी को याद है. इफ यू वर इन द मार्केट ड्यूरिंग दिस टाइम, देयर वाज लॉट्स ऑफ टॉक अबाउट रिसेशन, बैड इकोनॉमी, वॉर, कोविड, वट एवर इट इज, एवरीथिंग वाज देयर विच वाज, जो आपको आपको एकदम डूम्सडे क्राइसिस की तरह बता रहा था. दैट नाउ stock market is going to crash. We are going to look at the next level which could be around 14,500. ये लेवल तक हम लोग आने की बात कर रहे थे, which was around 14,000 or 14,500. But what happened actually, the exact opposite of that happened. और अगर आपको याद होगा तो उस टाइम हम लोग एक मीम भी शेयर कर रहे थे ट्विटर पे. तो ऑल्दो इट वाज इन द फन क्वोशेंट, बट इट वाज द रियलिटी. एक चीज हमेशा आपको समझना पड़ेगा, which will be one of the biggest learning in your life, that whether it is bull market or whether it is bear market, वो कभी भी अनाउंस करके नहीं आएगा. इट विल नेवर अनाउंस एंड कम, राइट? जब उसको आना होगा, it will come. You will realize it much later on that, oh, this has happened. So the same thing was there when people were talking about the bear market. When everybody stopped talking about something in the stock market, then make sure that is not going to happen in this market, right? सो एकदम इस चीज पे हमेशा ध्यान रखिएगा. अगर बहुत ज्यादा नॉइज आ रहा है मार्केट में, डोंट बिलीव दैट, राइट? एंड दिस इज व्हाट हैज बीन द बेस ऑफ टेक्निकल analysis. Always technical analysis, all it does not believe in news. Now it does not say that news does not work. The only thing it says is don't believe in news, because इफ यू आर गेटिंग द न्यूज, तो आपको मान के चलना होगा कि आप दुनिया के आखिरी इंसान है जिसको वो न्यूज मिला है. यू आर द लास्ट पर्सन हु हैज कम टू गेट दैट न्यूज. बाकी जो भी है, जो resourceful people हैं, they have got the news much before you, and they have already taken action on that. तो इसलिए अगली बार अगर कभी ऐसा होता है तो be cautious and don't follow that kind of advice, right? So now coming back to again to our chart and nifty discussion, next week के लिए सबसे important level हमारे लिए रहेगा 18,600 का level. So market can face some kind of a resistance at that point of time. थोड़ा resistance तो मिलेगा ही, because we are coming at that level back after exactly 13 months. So we can face some resistance, we can have a pullback, but be one thing very sure कि वहां पे अब आपको शॉर्ट नहीं करना है. अवॉइड शॉर्टिंग. ऑफ कोर्स देयर कैन बी सम इंट्राडे शॉर्टिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज एट टाइम्स, बट दिस मार्केट, at least now in current phase, it should not be shorted. There can be pullbacks. हो सकता है कि 18,600 पे जाने के बाद it can give you a pullback to something like 17,700, 500 level, कुछ भी है. Be very sure those will all be buying opportunities and not shorting opportunities. You might even again start hearing noises that market will go to 16,000, 17,000. Current phase, current charts are not saying that. that such a thing will happen. Market has consolidated very well. It has come to new highs. So I don't see any reason that why we should be on the short sides. नहीं आएगा नीचे, अवॉइड करिए इस चीज को. इवन इफ इट कम्स, you will have ample opportunities, but before that don't try to be on the short side. एकदम बच के चलिए. अगर डिप आता है, try to be on the long side. अच्छे कैश स्टॉक्स पकड़ के चलिए. You will get good rewards. And when you are talking about निफ्टी going to fresh lifetime highs, तो सिंपल है, जनरल इंटेलिजेंस की बात है that what are the stocks which can take Nifty to that next level? Uh, 18,600, yeah, maybe 19,000 or 20,000. You have to talk about the big stocks, because Nifty cannot go to higher levels leaving these stocks behind. So Reliance हो, HDFC बैंक हो, बजाज हो. HDFC बैंक ऑलरेडी निकल चुका है. बजाज इज गेटिंग prepared. So you have to, you can stick to these type of stocks which can give you good rally in coming few days. आराम से इसमें पैसे पार्क करके आप बैठ सकते हैं. It can give you good returns when we are talking about fresh lifetime highs, right? And now as per say next week's perspective, 18,350 जो है वो भी एक बड़ा important लेवल होगा. थोड़ा बहुत पुल बैक अगर हम लोग वापस इसके नीचे क्लोज करते हैं, मे बी इन द next week we start to close little bit below this, so there can be some pullbacks. But again, understand it very very clearly, these pullbacks will all be buying opportunities. Don't take them as shorting opportunities. Market can whipsaw you very very badly, right? So think of being on the long side, how you can be on the long side and how you can play the long side. Take the dips as an opportunity. So आने वाले वीक के लिए once again लेवल हमारे लिए important हो गया 18,600 and then 18,350. इस बीच में हम लोग रह सकते हैं नेक्स्ट वीक में. ये जो 250 पॉइंट्स का रेंज है, एंड द मोर इट कंसोलिडेट्स इन दिस रेंज द बेटर इट इज, एंड द हायर चांसेस इट इज फॉर द इंडेक्स टू गो अबव दिस लेवल 18,600. एंड हाँ, अब अगर इतनी दूर आया है 15,200 से 18,600 पे, सो आई डोंट सी एनी रीजन और आई डोंट फील एनी रीजन दैट व्हाई वी कैन नॉट गो इवन हायर, राइट? सो शॉर्टिंग नहीं करनी है, ध्यान रखना है, कोशिश करना. शॉर्टिंग इंट्राडे में कर सकते हैं अगर सिग्नल्स मिलता है स्मॉलर टाइम फ्रेम पे. यू कैन हैव सम इंट्राडे प्लेस ऑफ फ्यू पॉइंट्स, 50 60 और मे बी इवन 100 पॉइंट्स, डजंट मैटर. बट अगेन, avoid being on the short side. Rather, if there is a dip, you should be looking at opportunities where you can go long, right? फिर निफ्टी हो गया अपने लिए. नाउ वी कम टू बैंक निफ्टी, एंड अगर हम लोग बैंक निफ्टी का डेली चार्ट हम लोग देखें, तो वी आर ऑलरेडी एट अ फ्रेश लाइफ टाइम हाई. We have closed that lifetime high, which is very very important for बैंक निफ्टी. एंड अगर लाइफ टाइम हाई पे आप ये बिहेवियर अगर देखेंगे किसी भी स्टॉक का, तो वंस इट क्लोजेस अबव लाइफ टाइम हाई, तो आपको एक फॉलो अप 5-6%, 7% की रैली दे ही जाता है. सो आई एम, एंड ऑनेस्टली इफ यू आस्क मी, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 5 or 6%. It's in very very conservative terms, right? I'll just show you the example uh, that bank nifty ka. We'll have a look at the weekly chart in bank nifty itself. If you will see, bank nifty, once it closed above the previous lifetime high in around January of 2021, which was the level of around 32,500. 32,500 से हम लोग 37,500 तक की रैली आई थी, which was a rally of like 12-13%, right? So don't be surprised if you see bank nifty rallying another 10-12%. I am saying, I am talking about 5 6 7,000 points on of rally in bank nifty, which can definitely come. If you look at the chart of HDFC bank, which is one of the major मेजर मूवर ऑफ बैंक निफ्टी, तो वो आ सकता है। इसीलिए बैंक निफ्टी में तो और भी शॉर्टिंग नहीं करनी है। एंड वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट इट, बैंक निफ्टी हैज बीन द लीडर ऑफ दिस रैली। और आप देख सकते हैं कि पुल बैक आने से पहले ये 10-12% की रैली आई थी, राइट? So it might even happen that you can see some insane amount of rally in the bank nifty, you never know. इसलिए very very clearly don't be in the short side on the bank nifty, be on the long side, maintain your long side, right? And ठीक है, निफ्टी हो गया अपना, बैंक निफ्टी हो गया। Now we have another stock which is we are going to discuss, which is TCI. If you see TCI हमने recommend किया था in around 14th of October 2022. So if you see, it could have been one of the Mahurat picks, right? So, and what I had written clearly that TCI could be a hold for a minimum of 1 to 2 years with a target of 1000 rupees, and the stop loss was given clearly of 700 rupees and below, right? So that was the point. 700, of course we have closed below 700 rupees for multiple days in a row, but अगर आप देखें टीसीआई का वीकली चार्ट को, अगर आप लोग देखें, डेफिनेटली स्टॉप लॉस हिट हुआ है तो यू शुड गेट आउट। बट अगेन लेट्स हैव अ लुक एट द वीकली चार्ट ऑफ टीसीआई एंड देन यू विल रियलाइज what I am trying to show, or maybe it can give you some relief. So TCI is consolidating in a zone of 640 rupees to 80 rupees, which looks more like a good accumulation zone. There is some decent or some good buying going on in this zone, right? On the upper side, 800 is the resistance. So that, if you remember, that was the exact point where we faced resistance, and we came down, right? But again, if you consider about like 1 or 2 years, there is no point to get concerned. एक बार यहाँ पे support लेके once we start to rise, and if you see the daily chart, अगर आप daily chart को देखें तो some traction is already there. We can see some buying emerging here, right? So एक बार अगर ये 800 के ऊपर निकल जाता है, then you can see some real momentum. So maybe if you are in this stock, you can stay here in this stock without any concern. And if you want to make fresh entries, any one of you, then make it above 800 rupees. 800 के ऊपर अगर एंट्री लेंगे, that could be a very very safe entry, and you could even get some momentum above that level. Okay, so again, TCI and 1 2 years का है, तो I don't see or I don't feel that you should get concerned about it, right? So Nifty done, Bank Nifty done, TCI done, right? So we'll just pick one stock which could be the talking, or which could give you a good move in coming week, which is Tata Steel, right? So agar Tata Steel, and why Tata Steel, there can be multiple reasons, but I don't believe in charts. But since sorry, I don't believe in uh, news, so all I believe is in charts, right? So when we are talking about Tata Steel, and in uh, Tata Steel chart looks very good. If you can see, we have found some real good buying at these levels, right? 98 के लेवल पे एक अच्छी बाइंग आनी शुरू हुई है, and we have seen some decent 10% move from that point, right? So this shows that there is some demand for this stock, and it can go above somewhere around 108, levels in coming days. So you can track this stock, and not only Tata Steel, you can even track other metal stocks, something like National Aluminium. If you can see, National Aluminium is also on the card. So you can see a target of 80-82 rupees in the coming week in this, maybe coming week or next few days, right? Then sale could also be another. So almost all the metal stocks, they are looking good for the coming week, right? So you can keep them in radar, and in case of some good movement, you can have some tradable opportunities in this, right? So I hope we discussed a good amount of charts today, and you can see, guys, that today apart from charts and just sharing my screen, I'm also sharing my video along with this, just to me, just to give you a hint that it's only me which is recording the videos. And yeah, guys, today I want to talk about a very, very interesting topic today. Just a small nugget, and then we'll wind up after that, and we'll talk about the crab mentality. How many of you have heard about the crab mentality? Oh, some of you might have heard, some of you might not have heard. So I'll just try to explain you what is actually a crab mentality. If you go to the fish market, you will see people selling crabs, right? So when you see crabs are being sold, you will never see them. The crabs will be alive, but you will never see the crab basket to be covered, right? The crab basket is never covered. I'm talking about real life example. You will never see the crab basket having a lid on the top, and still none of the crabs escape. Why? What is the reason behind it? The reason is the mentality of the crab. One of the crab tries to escape, and the crabs all below it, they'll pull him down, climb onto it, he will try to escape, and somebody else will try to pull him back, right? You will see lot of such things which is happening in your life. Every single time you want to do something, somebody will be there, he will come to demoralize you. Oh, you cannot do this. Oh, you should not do this. You will face this failure. You will fail there. So the same thing. Now, why I'm talking about this? Somehow I started to get some time to make YouTube videos for all of you, and there are people who themselves cannot do this thing, but now they are coming and trying to give me a teaching that you cannot do this thing. So guys, and that is why an answer to all of them, I have come in the live video to show them that I will do this thing, and no matter how much you try to pull me down, I'll come back with a stronger force. So this is one thing, or this is a big thing that all of you need to learn in your, even in your trading life. I'll just give you an example. Uh, you want to learn to trade. So let us suppose you want to trade, you want to start to trade. You will listen from everybody, even in your family. Oh, trading is a, it's gambling. It's gambling. My father, my grandfather, or my this friend, my that uncle lost almost all his fortune in the stock market. Oh, come on. You need to understand, those people, they came to the market just based on their success in their professional field. They did not have any formal learning before entering the stock market. Trading is a lot like driving, right? I often give this example. So you want to drive a car, what is the first thing you do? You learn to drive, right? But what happens in trading? You just open a demat account, put your money into that, and then eventually you end up losing all of it. Or like driving, without learning, you drive a car, you'll have an accident. So what do you blame the car? Do you blame the roads? No, you have yourself to blame. You should first understand, you started trading without even having proper learning, right? So the first thing when somebody gives you an example like this, that oh no, stock market is gambling, this is the answer you should give them, that you should have first learned, like any other course, or like any other thing in the market, even technical analysis, fundamental analysis, whatever it is, you need to first learn either of the two things. Only then you will be able to make the right and informed decision, right? So same thing will happen now when you decide to learn. There will be people who will be there to misguide you. Oh, this is happening, that is happening, don't do that, it technical analysis doesn't work, fundamental analysis works. When you come to learn fundamental analysis, there will be people coming to you and telling that, oh, uh, no, technical analysis work, fundamental analysis is bullshit. Again, you have to make up your mind and decide. You have to ignore all such people's advice and work on that, take your next step, right? So don't be a crab. Simple, it's as simple as that. You want to learn something, you want to do something, move ahead and do it. It's just because someone cannot do something themselves, they tell others that, oh, you cannot do it, right? Okay. And one more thing, um, I don't know how many of you have experienced it. uh, you take a trade in the stock market, you make money. Maybe at somebody else's trade, somebody else has given you a tip, you take a trade, you make 10,000 of out of it, right? On the other hand, you find a trade yourself, then do the trade, you make 500 rupees profit out of it. Who do you think or which do you think can be makes you more happy? Of course, I can bet it will 100 out of 100 times the second option, where you have found the trade for yourself, right? So this is what is called as the joy of being right. It you find happiness in being right. You can find your trade, you can find happiness in being right. But do you know there is a bigger joy? The bigger joy is in proving people wrong. So if you want to learn stock market, go ahead, put in the right effort, learn and prove others wrong. When I started to learn, I had no support from almost anybody. I used to live in a small town of India. There was no mentoring available. I have never been a part of any learning group or anything. I didn't knew how to learn. But I had access to few books. I failed multiple times. And when I'm talking about multiple times, I actually failed, blew off my account multiple times, but still went on to learn. And I'm doing fairly good in the market, right? So next time when somebody tries to pull you down, whether it is stock market or in life, make it a point that you have to prove them wrong, right? Chalo. With this, I'll just end today. Maybe it's longer than other days, but still. So keep following our channel and keep updated. Subscribe to our channel, share with your friends, and help them to learn. Right? Have a happy weekend ahead. Bye bye.